I've been scrolling through the old YouTube page trying to find something to react to make fun of, to anything. But all I'm really getting now is Austin Metcalf and the Anthony guy, Carmelo Anthony, or Chud the Builder and his racist ass. And I stumbled upon this video. I've not fully watched it, but just the beginning of it, something I can agree on. So we're about to find out together.
There is a weird shift that has taken place over these past 5 years or so where people are just acting weird, and it's really hard for me to put my finger on what specifically it is that changed.
I can agree. The past 5 years have gotten even worse than the previous 10. Me personally, I remember when everything pretty much flipped from what I remember being normal to what is the chaos of now 10 years ago. In 2015, when the first Trump election happened. Everything when I was a kid was a certain way. It was normal. Everybody around me remembers it in this type of way. And then everything just fucking flipped. I'm not sure. It's media, which Jet, I can't pronounce or remember his last name. I will put a picture of it somewhere in this video. He also mentions it's media, but that's the only thing I can think is for some reason, somehow, in some way, media, your Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, I think TikTok was around then. I was in the 8th grade. I don't know. But somewhere in that time, media, instead of putting out product for creativity, started putting out product of hate, division, and lack of morals. And society kind of fucking flipped out of nowhere, and it's been on a steady down course since then. I mean, in 2015, all we really had, we had riots and shit. There was always bad shit going on. But 2015 is when the Antifa, Proud Boys shit started, and the next thing you know, we have pussy parades and shit flowing around. And before 2015, I don't remember any of that shit. Never heard about it. It was never talked about. I've never seen it on social medias. So I have no fucking clue what flipped from then and now. But that's the earliest remembrance for me when shit flipped to the down course of society that we have now.
But you can intuitively tell, you can feel it. The average person is so much harder to have a structured conversation with. The average person is starting to act almost as though they're being controlled by something else, right? I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it makes a lot of sense. They are being controlled by something else. There's a lot of them that, me personally, I believe are connected to demonic type shit. Anybody who's following me doesn't know I'm a religious man. Not the best Christian on the planet. I could use a lot of work, but I do believe in the Holy Father, God, and I do believe that 95 to 100% of all politicians are connected to demonic forces. People, in that sense, though, are being controlled by the media. They're being controlled by celebrities. They're being controlled by hearsay. Really, a lot of people on, no matter what side you're on, most of them are following somebody that's above them, that knows more, that has a lot more money, so they think, oh, they know the secrets, they know what's right, they're telling me the truth. No. My personal belief has always been find out for yourself. Don't trust anything anyone tells you until you find the truth. And so far, that's worked for me, because if you go back, I believe I still have some videos up of videos where I made shit about politics because I was in that same boat. I listened to these other creators, listened to these politicians, listened to these artists, these musicians, these high profile people, and I was like, you know what, they're right. I don't believe that anymore. And the media, on the another subject you're talking about where no one can have a conversation anymore, the media, the politicians, the videos people put out now, the way people's mindsets are because of it, believe they're right off the rip. They don't want to have a conversation because nothing you can tell them is going to make them actually fucking think. They already assume they're correct. They already assume that you're wrong. They already assume you're either liberal or a racist right, depending on what side you're on. It's all division. Everybody's being controlled by media, by voices of high-powered, high-profile people.
But it's weird because people are, I guess our community, our society in general is more disconnected than ever before. A lot of this has to do with social media. A lot of this has to do with a lack of meaning, but it's like people just don't care anymore. They don't care about you. They don't even care about themselves. And it's just weird.
Our society is disconnected more than it ever has been. I mean, you ask our parents and our great-grandparents or our grandparents, the community looked out for each other. Even if you didn't fucking know who these people were, they still looked out for you. People still helped you. We don't do that anymore. We either just look down our noses at people. We don't trust people anymore. Our society has flipped. And it is because media. It is because there's no meaning anymore. It is because there's a lack of morals. Everything has went awry. And I don't personally think there's any turning back. It's a lack of morals. It's the media telling these people, what to think, what to do, how to do this, how to do that. You shouldn't do this. You should do this to be a better person. You need to accept these things. He's right. It ain't right anymore. And unfortunately, our kids will grow up in this fucked up world.
Identity crisis problem. People, they don't even know who they are without external validation. And so they keep on this relentless performance, but that performance has turned off the muscles in their brain that allow them to think for themselves. And it's just like, oh, how can I get as much social validation as possible at every given moment?
Couldn't agree more myself. There is an identity crisis with people nowadays. He is right. People don't know how to think for themselves. They don't know how to feel about themselves. So they go online, find themselves something that they can hook to, I guess, that, I don't know. And they just fucking run with it. And then in that sense, they're highly hypocritical when they judge other people for doing the same thing. There's too many people that don't know who they are, and they're not going out to find out who they are. And then they get on any social media and they're like, Jay-Z said this. I like Jay-Z. I'll run with his fucking thought. He mentioned that it's hard now to have an original idea. That's fair. But if you're going to agree with something, you need to have a reason to why you agree with it, not just because I like it, not just because so-and-so said so. No. I'm going to put his link to this video in my description. That way you guys can go read the rest. I'm going to go outside so I don't start having an identity crisis. And I'm going to go be out in the woods for a while. Yeah. That's it.